Also described as a favorite of the ladies, which I think you can also apply to Jack Jack.
Can't I, little baby?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. You starting like 0 for 5 right now. You are comparing the attention a baby gets to the attention of a grown man. I'm not gonna lie, bro. That gotta be the airball of the century. That has to be the airball. I'm gonna let you talk. I'm gonna let you finish. No Kanye. That gotta be the craziest airball of the century. What's good with y'all? Today we are back with another video. We are gonna be watching the Incredibles theory. Gamma Jack is Jack Jack. Now, the last Incredibles video went crazy. I know some people were flaming me that I didn't finish the video. That's my bad. That's my bad. It was a long video. I didn't have that time for the stream. People said I didn't have to watch the whole video. Apparently, I was wrong. So, I'm gonna have to rewind it on that one. But for now, we shall get into the Incredibles theory. Do I think this theory is facts? I don't think so. Just off the name, I don't think Jack Jack would become that absolute demon that is Gamma Jack. I don't think so. Bro was raised in a wealthy household with 2 loving parents and 2 loving older siblings. To be fair, serial killers have spawned from even the most best settings of all time. Serial killers have spawned in the greatest settings ever, bro. You could have the most peaceful life known to man, and niggas will still end up being serial killers. So who knows for real? You cannot name the amount of serial killers that raised in like rich white families, and everything's going right in their lives. They're literally in the suburbs. They have never seen any type of turmoil in their entire life, and they somehow still killing niggas. I don't know what it is. I genuinely do not. But we shall see. I don't think this theory gonna be facts, but we shall see. We shall see how it is. We gonna see how it is, bro.
What if I told you that this is actually Jack Jack from the future? Gamma Jack is a character from The Incredibles that we see only for a few seconds.
I love that song.
He is one of the many
that
superheroes
TikTok audio
killed as a part of Operation Chronos. And at first glance, he just kind of seems like a throwaway filler character. But if you look in The Incredibles DVD extras, you'll find a bunch of files full of information about all of these deceased heroes, including their powers, personality traits, and even audio clips of them talking.
I'm a man of...
Yeah, I remember all this.
A man of passion, and I would say a man of humor, which is not widely known.
What would y'all think? What was y'all's favorite from like that entire like Incredibles hero log voice recording thing? I don't remember. It's been a while since I've seen that video. I remember I really liked Gamma Jack still, because he was kind of like, he was literally a Homelander, bro. He was actually a Homelander. So I would say he was definitely my favorite, but let me see what y'all gotta say.
Jack's file,
because there was some that I missed.
Different than the other heroes. He is one of the most powerful supers in this franchise, with extremely dangerous radiation powers and a very disturbing personality.
Part of my job is to prioritize which villains I'm going to combat. The real kicker is I get these dames, man, these dame villains, and they got the curves and the hair and the big eyes, and boy, those ones, they're really, really hard to kill.
He's the only hero who outright kills people, and when it comes to saving people, he always prioritizes attractive women first.
You know, I take a look around, I see if there's any...
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, that nigga real though. Hold on. I paused the wrong thing. I'm not gonna lie, that nigga real though. That nigga real though. Like, imagine you got powers, you one of the toughest niggas on the planet. Like, real life, you just one of the toughest niggas on the planet. Straight up, bro. Like, I'm going out my way to get all the shorties too. Like, real life. Like, who gonna stop me? Who's checking me? Who's checking me? Genuinely.
From there and work my way down the list.
Don't blame him. Can't blame him.
Joe Schmo over there with a laser pointed at his head, and he might have to wait in line a little while.
He's described as tyrannical and megalomaniacal, and even believes people with superpowers are a superior race. Gamma Jack is like a straight-up villain. He's basically the Incredibles version of Homelander.
Literally.
And a lot of people have been making videos about him recently because of how much he sticks out in this franchise. But I think I've discovered something that...
Does the Incredibles have like books or something? Is there more information about Gamma Jack outside of just these recordings? Or is it literally just this and that's it? And I find it so funny how these recordings have been sitting on like some DVD Blu-ray for like 50 years, and like niggas just now started finding out about it. It's kind of funny, but
nobody else has yet. What if Gamma Jack isn't just some background character? What if he's someone who's been hiding in plain sight all of this time? I believe that Gamma Jack is actually Jack Jack from the future.
Alright, let's see your theory,
I know
bro.
that sounds like a big stretch. At first glance, these two characters seem nothing alike, both in their powers and personality.
Looks normal to
I mean,
me.
personality don't count, bro. He's a baby. Personality don't count. He's a toddler, bro. What personality can a toddler actually have? Come on now. These recordings are better than all of Incredibles 2. Pixar washed up. What movies has Pixar dropped recently? All I know is I know Disney's been flopping, but Pixar I genuinely don't remember off the top of my head. I could look it up as we're watching.
I mean, how could I
But I don't remember Incredibles. Like, I remember Incredibles 2 was getting mad hate. I didn't think it was that bad. Personally, I didn't think it was that terrible. But
claim
just me.
that sweet, adorable Jack Jack is actually a tyrannical super supremacist? Well, just stick with me, because I guarantee that this will be the most compelling, believable Incredibles theory you will ever hear. You are going to be blown away by how well all of this lines up.
Hey,
This
let's
is
see.
The Gamma Jack Jack theory.
You glazing yourself a little too much. We're going to have to see how good you are. You overly glazing.
This all started when I noticed a couple strange similarities between these two characters. Obviously, they are both named Jack, and they are both extremely powerful supers. There's also maybe a passing resemblance, with both of them having a similar mask, and their hair ending in a single sharp point. But I didn't really start to take this seriously until I started comparing Gamma Jack's file to Jack Jack. Gamma Jack is described as a picky eater, which is probably one of Jack Jack's most defining traits. Literally, Jack Jack's first scene is Helen struggling to get him to eat, and a large part of the Incredibles 2 plot revolves around Jack Jack only wanting to eat cookies and throwing a massive tantrum when he doesn't get them.
Obviously, I can't keep giving him cookies.
Yo. And he just starts.
Jack is an extremely picky eater.
So he just starts tweaking out. You don't give that nigga cookies, bro. Nah, that's crazy. I could not imagine having that as my child, bro. Yo, imagine you try to feed your kid some actual healthy eats, and then if you don't give him candy, he actually transforms into the Hulk and spasses out on you. I could not imagine. Nigga, every superhero got a mask. That is true, and they all got that same mask. But let's keep going though.
Is also described as a favorite of the ladies, which I think you can also apply to Jack Jack.
Can't I, little baby boy?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. You starting like 0 for 5 right now. You are comparing the attention a baby gets to the attention of a grown man. I'm not gonna lie, bro. That gotta be the airball of the century. That has to be the airball. I'm gonna let you talk. I'm gonna let you finish. No Kanye. That gotta be the craziest airball of the century. Gotta be. Gotta be.
Babysitting this one, I do for free.
All of the women who take care of Jack Jack clearly adore him.
Tia stayed up all night making sure you look fabulous in your mini dress.
He is definitely a favorite of these ladies. Okay, but what about tyrannical and megalomaniacal impulses? Well, doesn't that kind of sound like how Jack Jack is constantly and impulsively throwing violent tantrums?
Combustion imminent? What does that mean?
It means fire, Robert.
Even when Jack Jack fights someone, he seems to always go for the kill just like Gamma Jack.
Damn, even gets a raccoon, nigga? God, yo! Nah! Alright, what you... Now, the thing that kind of is hard for him is that you could really hide a lot of these on the fact that he's a baby. And Jack Jack, we only seen as a baby. Like, I could just say, I feel like all kids, like, if they don't get what they want, they're going to throw a tantrum. You could just say that. You could just say that's a baby trait and not something actual. But I'm gonna play into it because this one is low-key facts. I didn't even know he tried to kill a raccoon, bro. That's crazy works. That is insane works.
Kill syndrome. Okay, so there are some surprising similarities here, but let's address the elephant in the room. Gamma Jack is an adult who died in the past, and Jack Jack is obviously a baby in the present. For this to work, there would need to be some kind of time travel involved. And while Jack Jack is an extremely powerful super with many different reality warping powers, we never actually see him do anything that resembles time travel. The closest we maybe get is his weird ability to travel between dimensions.
What the? Cookie. Cha-Cha want a cookie?
Wow! He can still hear you
From the other dimension, yeah.
that.
Oh.
Except, I think there might be more to this dimensional power.
Dimension hopping. I don't remember this. Hold on.
Cookie. Cha-Cha want a cookie?
Wow! He can still
I don't remember. What? Yo, hold on. This nigga cracked.
hear you.
From
What?
the other dimension, yeah.
That is freaky.
Except, I think there might be more to this dimensional power than we think. In The Incredibles 2, Edna creates a device that can help track and manage Jack Jack's powers, and it can even be used to help find Jack Jack when he moves into the other dimension.
He vanished!
Okay, good. Use the thing. See that? That's the current readout. Click it. See the readout? Dimension 4. So where is it?
There!
But if you look closely, you'll see that the device labels Jack Jack's
Fourth
dimension,
dimension.
as 4D, as in the fourth dimension.
No
a dimension that is
freaking
commonly
way.
accepted to represent time. Meaning, when Jack Jack is warping through dimensions, he is actually traveling through time. Okay, so Jack Jack could have traveled back in time and became Gamma Jack. But here's another big issue with this theory. If they're supposed to be the same person, then why are their powers different? Maybe you could argue Jack Jack has some radiation-based powers, but
He beats Goku? Yo. He definitely don't, nigga, but this is it. Look at this bag work, though. My fault for hitting my mic. Look at this bag work. Dude, dimensional teleportation, phase shifting, anti-gravity, element shifting, telekinesis, growth and shrink, pyrokinesis, rubberization, speed, electromagnetism, demon baby, multiplication, super strength, laser vision, mimicry, and a sneeze that gives you totally random powers. Yo, bro, he got a deep bag. This is him as a baby. This is like y'all know Franklin Richards, Reed Richards' kid. Like, dude, I don't know why baby superheroes are so broken, but like this is another example. His bag runs deep. Franklin Richards is different though. You should not be coming out the womb already on scale with Galactus. That is crazy to me. I don't care if you literally were born out of two celestial beings. You should not literally out of the womb going face to face with Galactus, nigga. I can't see that, bro. That's crazy works. That is crazy works. Mimicry, is that not how you say it?
Gamma Jack
Or
definitely doesn't
mimicry?
have Jack Jack's
Oh,
memory
yo, I'm
of
stupid.
reality
Yo, I'm
warping.
so dumb. Mimicry? Oh, nigga, I'm stupid. Yo, I don't know why I read that as mimicry. I'm not gonna lie, that's a neck right there. That's my bad, bro. That's a neck. That's a crazy neck.
And yes, that is true, but listen to how Edna talks about Jack Jack's powers.
Like all babies, he has enormous potential. It is not unknown for supers to have more than one power when young, but this little one has many.
It is not unknown for supers to have more than one power when young. She talks about it like all super babies can have multiple powers when they're young, but eventually they all grow up and narrow it down to just one or two. Director Brad Bird has also made similar comments about how Jack Jack's powers are because of the unlimited potential he has as a baby.
Babies are unknown, so they could be nothing, they could be everything. You don't know. Every single one of them is up for grabs of what they're going to become. They could become a leader of the free world or a
That is fair. Can you watch SpongeBob conspiracy theories, yo? If y'all down, if there's a lot of SpongeBob ones, I'm down for that. I've been watching on YouTube, and the way you was trying F and fat sounds like a slur. I do that on purpose, bro. I don't know why. Like when I be saying fat nigga take, I be holding that F on purpose. Y'all gotta hear the vitriol and hatred when I say fat. When I say that, bro, you know what I'm saying? Incredibles 3 has been announced. When was this?
Or maybe both. I don't know.
Maybe Jack Jack having so many powers is kind of unusual, but there is a precedent that he could lose most of his powers. In fact, this explains why Jack Jack would be living in the past under a new identity. Maybe Jack Jack traveled back in time and then lost his ability to time travel, making him stuck in the past forever. This also lines up with a deleted flashback scene from the first Incredibles, where we can see Gamma Jack was close friends with Mr. Incredible and Frozone.
Although he tried to hide his powers, a few of us had heard about them and approached him. Had to talk him into becoming a superhero. We had a club. The first club that wanted him to join.
It makes sense. If Jack Jack is trapped in the past, he'd probably want to be close to his dad and Uncle Lucius, even if he can't tell them who he really is. Okay, but does Jack Jack actually have Gamma Jack's powers? I mean, maybe his fire or laser powers are kind of similar, but is that really the same thing as having radiation powers? Well, let's take a look at what Gamma Jack's powers actually are. The file's description is pretty vague, but based on his name and logo, I'm gonna assume his powers involve specifically gamma radiation, which is a form of high-energy electromagnetic radiation. And guess what? We are told by Edna that one of Jack Jack's powers is specifically electromagnetism.
Electromagnetism.
Gamma Jack's powers are based on electromagnetic radiation. Jack Jack has electromagnetism powers. They could have given Gamma Jack any form of radiation powers, but they specifically chose the type of radiation that Jack Jack can control because they are the same person. Also, if you consider the LEGO tie-in video games to be canon, we do see that Gamma Jack has the power of flight and specifically green lasers, which is also the exact same as Jack Jack's.
Wow.
Do I even need to keep going at this point?
Wow. Damn. Alright, I like those connections. Now, the 3 in the beginning, I'm not gonna lie, you reaching. That was a straight reach-in foul. These at the beginning were reach-in fouls. I do like the time travel thing. That does make sense. I do like the power thingy right here. This does make sense. It's the beginning, like 3. That was you was reaching, buddy.
Jack. This has to be intense.
Like, yo, someone called a ref. You was reaching like crazy. He's shooting 3 for 37. Y'all thinking it's an L theory? This theory is so far-fetched. Damn, y'all ain't rock. I mean, I don't think it's that solid. To be fair, I do like his reasoning after, but I don't think it's OD solid. But let's keep going.
Okay, so these characters line up really, really well, to the point where I don't think that this is a coincidence anymore.
Coincidence? I think not!
But there is still one final issue with this theory. Why would Jack Jack, a sweet, adorable baby with 2 loving parents with good values, grow up to believe that supers are a superior race? Like, that kind of feels like the last thing Jack Jack would ever believe. I mean, Helen even goes out of her way to tell her kids that having powers doesn't make you inherently better.
But Dad always said our powers were nothing to be ashamed of. Our powers made us special.
Everyone's special, Dash.
Maybe Bob is a little more enthusiastic about superpowers, but he would definitely never call them a superior race. I mean, that is just unambiguously next-level discrimination. Where the hell would Jack Jack possibly get this insane idea from?
From Zone.
Used to design for gods. You are a tiny god. They are lucky to be in your presence.
Edna Mode believes that supers are gods, that they are above normal humans. She says it all the time, and she even seems disgusted by non-supers.
Supermodels. Nothing super about them, spoiled, stupid little stick figures with poofy lips who think only about themselves.
Yep.
I used to design for gods.
Okay, sure, but she only babysat Jack Jack one time. How much could she possibly have rubbed off on him?
Yes, you are a tiny god. The room is yours. They are lucky to be in your presence.
Literally after one day with Edna, Jack Jack starts acting exactly like her. Exactly like Gamma Jack.
These people are lucky to share the city with supers.
They are lucky to be in your presence.
I don't know. Here, he's cooking. I like this one. Here he's cooking. Yo, here he's cooking. Yo, Edna feeding that boy that poison, bro. Dude, here he kind of cooked. I'm not gonna hold you.
And then she offers to babysit him anytime after this for free.
But babysitting this one, I do for free.
Holy shit, she is absolutely gonna mess this baby up. Well, there you go. I think this is a very strong case for Jack Jack eventually becoming Gamma Jack.
Now, one thing,
this does mean that Jack Jack will eventually be killed by one of Syndrome's...
Now, one thing we do need to know, though. Why does he travel back in time? Because if he already died beforehand, that means that the Jack Jack grew up and then went back in time. Why did he go back in time? Did he try to stop the Syndrome machine and fail? Is that why he went back in time? Yo, we might be cooking. We might be cooking. I like the theory. It is low-key a stretch. It is low-key a stretch. I like the Edna part. I like the last two reasonings. The first three were kind of like, eh. I'm not gonna lie. You started it too... He started it too out of left field to ever reel me back in all seriousness. In all seriousness. If that was to me like this part... If I was making this video,
at first glance, these two
I'm cutting the picky eater part out because that just makes you seem like you're reaching. I'm cutting. There was something else that happened that I cut out. But let's see what the comments got to say. I would love the third movie to tie into this somehow. I would too. The hose part we cut in, yeah, that part too. Like I feel like that's just a baby. That's just like a baby, bro. I feel like that 100% gotta get cut. 100%. Yeah, like right here, he's a baby. Duh. Yeah, literally, bro. He's a baby, nigga. Like, I would get that cut out. Like, I think, like, the whole first, like, 3 reasons need to get cut out. The baby thingy. What else was a reason that he had? The picky eater. I could say the megalomaniac impulses too. High key. Simply because I think babies just have tantrums naturally. That is a natural baby thing to happen, you know? But I think overall, pretty decent theory. Not nothing too crazy. I've definitely seen much more convincing theories, but this one was not bad. Not bad at all. Shout out Alex Bale, bro. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and I'ma catch you.